Holly, what did you bring outside this morning? What did you bring outside this morning? What do you got? What do you got? Give it to me. What do you got? You got lamb chop this morning? Oh my gracious. What is going on, y'all? Jason over here at Cove Hill Farm and Miss Holly. Hope y'all having a wonderful day. Now I gotta tell y'all about a few things here. We've been keeping a little secret from y'all. Just something that you guys didn't even notice. All right, so I got to let you guys in on a little secret, right? And that is that me, Brooke, and MaryCarl took a family vacation, a real, legit family vacation for the first time in 4 years. What's happening, y'all? What's up, Carrot Top? A lot of y'all said we should change his name to Mac, but we may do that. Fancy Imogene, hey guys. So we have been planning this family vacation for a while. To actually get a week ahead in videos and able to pull that off, it took me about a month to do that. Because I had Brooke's videos going and I had our videos going, and yeah, it was crazy, but I did pull it off, and I can't believe I did it, honestly. I know I still can't believe we were able to pull it off and we were gone a week. I can't believe it. I absolutely can't believe it. And the place that MaryCarl chose to go, because we let her choose it. It wasn't us, you know, wherever she wanted to go, that's where we would go. And she wanted to go to Universal Studios. She loves it. We love it. I love it. I love riding rides. She likes riding rides. And of course, y'all know that Brooke doesn't like riding rides until this year, y'all. Brooke rode everything except the big crazy roller coasters. Can't believe it. And Brooke had an amazing time. She got over that little fear of riding rides and you couldn't get her off stuff. But we had an awesome, awesome time. And we also went to Discovery Cove, which is, I don't know again, it's not a theme park. It doesn't have rides. It's not like a water park. I don't know what the actual term for Discovery Cove is. They have this huge area and they got these huge, pool shouldn't be the word, but they got like these lagoons and lazy river, and the thing about it is there are animals everywhere. So when you go into this one pool that has this coral reef in it, of course it's not real, but it looks real, and it's just slapped full of fish and stingrays and even a nurse shark. It was absolutely crazy. And you get to swim around with these things. And of course, MaryCarl absolutely loved it. But the thing she loved the most was the aviary. Now, here's how we were able to go on a vacation. The biggest reason why we haven't been anywhere, and if any of y'all have a farm or animals or gardening or a business, you completely understand as to what I'm fixing to tell you, is that who is going to take care of everything while you're gone? Who is responsible enough to do it? I mean, that's the biggest issue for us and has been for many, 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 many years. Now at our old farm, Brooke's mom could handle a lot of it, and then we'd have a friend or two come by daily and check on things. But here, this is a totally different animal here. This is 40 acres. We have 2 greenhouses. We have a garden that's probably an acre big. We have the fruit orchard. It's just a lot here. We got the gardens on the side, we got the gardens in the back. We have way more animals. So we've been really worried about what are we gonna do? Will we ever get to leave again? That kind of thing. But y'all, we cannot thank this family enough. And that is Chestnut Hills Farmstead. Most of y'all probably know who they are. If you don't, please, please go over to their YouTube channel. Subscribe, which is completely free, doesn't cost you anything. That just means you're gonna follow them. And tell them, thank y'all for helping Cog Hill Farm out. Because they handled everything. Not only did they take care of their farm, they came here several times a day, every single day we were gone, and took care of our farm and checked on everything and handled it all. The greenhouses, the gardens, the animals, the pets, the livestock. They handled it all. Everything. MaryCarl's pigeons, everything was taken care of by them. And again, we cannot thank those guys enough. We never could have done any of this without those guys. And we're in debt to them and truly grateful for them. But y'all, being gone a week, oh my gracious, how things have changed. It is crazy how a farm can change just like that. And I also gotta show you the barn too. I gotta show you what Brent and the builders did at the barn. But number one, I'm out here by the garden. So look at the garden. Look at the tomatoes, look at this. Now I do gotta come in and start weeding before I get behind here, but that's okay, we can get caught up with that. It's not too bad yet. But look at the tomatoes, y'all. Oh my gracious. This is squash. We got blooms on squash already. Here's our peppers. Look at here. Look how big our peppers are. You can see our okra. Look at there. It looks like transplant shock is completely over, but look how big everything has gotten in the garden. Oh, we got flowers blooming, but actually I need to come back and trim all this back. It was so tall when I planted it. Squash blooms. Look at our squash blooms. But I do need to come and trim all the zinnias and all back. You can see they're blooming, but they're just way too leggy. So we're gonna come in, we're gonna cut all those guys back, and we'll be fine. But look at, we got squash blooms, we got cucumber blooms. Look at here, look at our cucumbers. I gotta get trellising going. But all in all, look how big the garden has gotten, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm now seeing that we're gonna have 1 million tomatoes. You know, and they're little bitty old things, you really can't tell it, you know? But now look, good goobly goo. We got tomato blooms over here. What is this? That's the sun goes. Oh man, sun goes are already starting to put blooms on. Look at this though. Wow. So I've been a little worried about this area a little bit because I think I may have planted them a little too early. But we do have our black oiled sunflowers starting to come up now. I should have probably waited just a couple more weeks before I planted them, but it is what it is. And to be honest with you guys, we haven't had much rain at all. Not much rain at all. April is usually our wettest month, and I think we got somewhere around 3 inches of rain, maybe 4 the whole month of April, and that was pretty much all at one time. It wasn't like it was spread out over several days. It would dump a lot of rain in one day, and then it would be dry for 7 or 8 days, maybe 10, dump a lot of rain in one day, and then 2 weeks, nothing. So that's kind of how we've been here, and so that's kind of delayed the sunflowers as well. But talking about changes, look at the onions. Look at this. They are massive. And I am behind on weeding, but we're gonna get caught up on that. But look at these onions. Not only are they huge and look awesome, but again, we've had a drought, pretty much a mini drought And my onions are still looking great. And I didn't have these guys on drip because I typically don't have issues with the lack of rain during the fall winter months. Look at this. Look how big they are. And we can see the tops are starting to die back. So we're getting close to harvesting our onions. And I'll show y'all exactly what we're going to do when that time comes, which will probably be, I'm guessing, this week. How we're going to cure them and how we're going to harvest these guys. Look how big the Easter eggers are. There's one right there. And they're over there. I mean, they're almost the size of the other chickens. Almost. Getting there. But speaking of big and looking full grown, y'all look at Cheese. Does he not look like a full-grown goose now? What's up, buddy? Oh, Cheese. Y'all, that is unreal. Unreal. Crazy what a week can do, right? And if y'all watch Brooke's channel, y'all know that she has got some more layers in here. And I know the Dominickers, or the Dominiques, which are those guys right there. They look like barred rocks, the black and white ones. The other ones, I cannot remember. Oh, I know those are Buff Orpingtons, but I can't remember the other ones at all. I know she's got some dark egg layers, so either those are wholesomers or Pinasincas. And I think that's a gold lace Wyandotte right there. I think I got them right. The girls are fussing behind me. But look how big these guys have gotten in a week. And of course, they will be outside with the egg layers once they get big enough. They'll graduate from the juvenile area and then go on out there. Hey, buddy. You know, I was gonna let you know, I was listening to the police scanner every night. Make sure you ain't make any arrest or anything. And it looks like everything was smooth as silk around the farm while we were gone. I'm glad of that. And I feel that you're soaking wet. You been swimming with the geese this morning? All right, Peaches, we're back. And we didn't get any phone calls from you or no texts from you, so I'm assuming that Chestnut Hills took care of you properly. I know you're a diva. We know you like your breakfast a certain way, so seems like they must have handled all that. Had your mimosa ready. They must have took great care of you and kept you spoiled. Or you certainly would have let us know about it. We are officially getting close for baby watch with Capri. She's definitely pregnant. We can tell by the way she's looking. And I think Brooke thinks it's going to be June when she'll be kidding. So fingers crossed the barn will be ready enough to put her in there and everything will be good. And but we will be having she'll be having a baby soon, so we'll be on baby watch really soon. Ain't that right, Uncle Tip? Uncle Tip loves babies, don't you? Yeah. Don't you, Uncle Tip? Tip, if you don't slow down, some people are gonna think that you might be having a baby. Look at you. Chestnut Hills took care of you, didn't they, boy? Oh, me. I've been a little worried about my tree here that had the fire blight, and I think it's pretty safe to say that I don't think it's gonna make it. All right, right before we left, I noticed I had it right here, so I cut this off and you can see it's still traveling up. So I think it's in here. I really do. I don't see anything at the top yet, but this limb, it's already made it here. I noticed that this limb had started to die on me, so I cut it back even further, but I don't like all this sap. See how this sap's running? See all this sap? So I believe this tree is just under a lot of stress and is just not gonna make it at all. I really don't think so. As you can see, now this limb here now has it right here. So it's got it, so I could cut it right, it's even down to here. Actually, I can even see it there. So I think my best thing is to go ahead and get this tree out of here and get it out of the fruit orchard and just take it out. I don't like all this sap running down. I did spray all the trees right before we left with a fire blight spray, and I don't think this tree is gonna make it. But the good news is I don't see it anywhere else. So far, I don't see it on any of my other trees. Thank goodness, fingers crossed. Now I do wanna show y'all something on my apple trees. Look, y'all see my apples? So we got trees with apples on it. I have never in my life grown an apple tree successfully. Never. Never had fresh apples. Never, ever, ever. So I'm pretty happy about the apples. All right, this one's blooming here, but look, we got apples down here. And we got lots of apples down here. So I'm probably gonna spray again today because I got fire blights. I wanna spray every 5 to 7 days just to be safe. Rocky's always a little, I won't say slow. He just takes his time.
Well,
He don't get in no hurries at all.
providing what he's been through,
Yeah.
he deserves to be a little slow, don't you, baby? But you're getting to be a big boy.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
So we
You're
haven't,
getting to be a big boy.
so we haven't been here in a week, and the puppies have grown tremendously. Can y'all see Bandit by Holly? He's bigger than Holly now.
And as soon as I loved on them, I knew that Rocky's collar had to be adjusted, because he had grown too large for the adjustment that it was.
Huge. They've gotten so, so big. Look at this. Look at him compared to Holly.
He's bigger.
He's bigger than Holly.
And you can see that little Rocky.
Rocky's not far from Holly. It's not the same size as Holly.
He's gonna be bigger than Holly for sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
Holly's a good 8 months or longer older.
That's right.
So we're in the barn, and we really wasn't for sure what the guys would get done while we were gone. But y'all, the walls are completely done all the way around the barn now. And not only are the walls completely done, all the exterior metal is done. Even the apron that dropped down now, that goes all the way across. So it is all done, and it looks absolutely fabulous. This was the first thing we noticed when we got here. When we pulled up, this was the first thing we noticed was the barn, and we were like, oh my, look at this barn.
Well, you know, coming from the road front, it's the first thing that anybody will see. We didn't want our house to be, you know, visible from the road. And so it kind of takes your eye over here to the barn versus the rest of the farm.
Right.
Which is a good thing.
It is a good thing. Now, the other thing that we got, that we noticed when we walked up here, are the barn doors, and we're absolutely in love with the barn doors. They could not have turned out any better. I mean, they look fabulous.
You want me to go undo it from the inside?
I'll go do it real quick. And look how it works. I like these locks because it pulls the door tight. Oh, hello, Rock Rock. What you doing, buddy? Come on in. But as you can see,
It's perfect.
it's perfect.
It's just what we wanted. And of course we will stain this. And I think we're gonna do the stain the same color that's on the house.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's the mahogany stain by Benjamin Moore. And I'm pleased with it over there, so I don't know why we wouldn't be pleased with it over here as well.
I don't either. So I guess what they're lacking now is building those two doors. And it's gonna be 4 doors for the front and back. It'll be 2 huge ones there and 2 huge ones there. And I can't wait to see what those look like. Oh man, that's gonna be unreal when those get put up.
Those boys, they do some work, that's for sure.
They've been working.
Who worked harder, y'all or Brant and his boys?
Gosh, it's getting close. It's really, really getting close. They should be finished next week with the barn itself, and then I guess they'll start on the Moody pad. And yeah, the Moody house is gonna go pretty fast. But I love the barn. It is just a million times better than we ever anticipated. And honestly, y'all, I'm glad to be home. Very glad to be home. Aren't you glad we're home, Holly? I know you are.